So when you're practicing those exercises on that chair, then please make sure that your chair is secure and can't slip. So I have put my chair onto a non-slip yoga mat. So maybe you have a mat, maybe you have a carpet or a floor that's not really sliding, just to make sure you're sitting securely. When you're sitting, you want your feet to be firmly on the ground. So maybe you're too short for that, or the chair is too high, then see if you can find a chair that allows your feet to be firmly on the ground. Relax your hands, and then we'll start. Inhale deeply through your nose. Open your mouth for your exhalation, and repeat this a couple more times. So in through your nose, and fully relax on your exhalation. And one more time. And release and relax and let go with your exhalation. Now, let's start by getting your arms working a little bit. So take your hands together and then lift your elbows a little bit, as high as they feel okay to be lifted, and press your hands into each other. So really try to squeeze to press your hands together so your hands are pushing towards each other. So you want the hands and the inside of your arms to really work hard and keep pressing here. Always make sure you can still breathe. If something is so strenuous or difficult that you can't breathe, or you get dizzy, or you feel a bit funny, then please stop and back off. So keep pushing your hands together, really feeling the strength in your chest and in your arms, and then relax. And we're gonna do the opposite. Bend your elbows and then press your arms back. So you want to push them back now. So your shoulders, your elbows, your hands, and keep pushing them back. So this time the back, your shoulder blades, your mid-back is working hard here. And then relax again. Bring your hands together and push your hands together. So really try to create loads of strength, pushing your hands into each other, trying to build up as much strength as you can. Keep breathing. Relax. Take your arms back and try to push your arms back as much as you can. Take another breath or two. Make sure you can breathe here. So the more you're pushing your arms back, you probably feel a bit of a stretch across the chest, but you probably also feel your shoulder blades work for that. One more time. Push the hands together. Really push them into each other. So you're really feeling the chest muscles work here. Keep pushing. One more breath. And then open and push back. So try to push back as much as you're able to, but remember, you want to breathe, you should be breathing here. And relax and shake out your arms. Let's give the arms a bit of a break and go down to the legs. So when you're sitting, keep your heels on the ground, but try to lift your toes and your forefeet off the ground. So try to really lift them up as much as you can, so you start feeling your shin muscles work here. Keep them lifting and take a couple of breaths here. You can even try to lift them a little bit higher, a little bit more, so your heels are staying on the ground and it's only your toes and your forefoot lifting. So all your foot lifts but your heels. Your heels are staying on the ground. And then relax. And then we're going to try this again. So give it a breath to relax. And then keep your heels down, lift your feet, lift your toes off the ground. So you really feel the work in your shins. So really important muscles for when you're walking, for balancing, that those muscles are strong. So keep lifting them even a little bit more. See if you can lift them for like another breath. And then relax. And then we're gonna get into the knees. So push your heel away from you. So your heel slides away from you. Maybe you are wearing shoes, then it may not be easy to slip. So take your shoes off. And if you're wearing socks, it's a lot easier to slide your heel away from you. You stay sitting the way you are. I'll just show you from the side. So slide your heel away from you as much as you can, and then push your right knee down towards the ground. So the more you're pushing that right knee down towards the ground, the more you probably feel that front thigh muscle work. That's exactly what we want. Keep pushing, and then we're going to change that to get the work more into the back of your leg. Slide your heel towards you. Keep sliding, sliding, sliding. Lift your heel and squeeze your heel towards your bum cheek. So this time the back of your leg is working here. And then we're going to go do it all over again. So I'll just turn around again, slide your heel away from you, keep pushing it away from you, push your knee down towards the ground, the front is rocking, and then pull your heel towards you, lift your foot and squeeze your heel towards your bum cheek, towards your leg. Hold it, and one more time. Your heel slides away from you, keep pushing it away from you, push your knee down towards the ground, hold it for a breath, and then slide your heel towards you, lift your foot off the ground, bend your knee and squeeze that heel towards your bum cheek, towards yourself, towards your chair, and relax. We're going to do the same on the other side. Heel is sliding away, push your knee down towards the ground. If you like, you can hold onto the sides of your chair, maybe the sitting area, or maybe you have some side support here just for a little bit extra stability, and then slide your heel towards you, lift your foot, squeeze the heel towards your bum cheek. So again, stay sitting the way you are. I'll just show you from the side again. Let your heel slide away from you, push your knee down towards the ground, really feel the front firming up and working here. And then slide your heel towards you, lift your foot off the ground if you can, and really squeeze your heel towards your bum cheek. So you feel the back work now. One more time. Slide your heel away, push your knee down towards the ground. Keep pushing. Take another breath. Squeeze your heel towards you, lift your foot and squeeze and firm up the back. And relax. Well done. So we're gonna go back into the arms, so doing a bit for the legs, a bit for the arms, and then a bit for the rest of the body, so the parts of the body can relax in between. Take your hands either side your body, again either onto the sitting area, or maybe you have a side support here, and then if your arms are rather short, you're totally allowed to slump here, to bend here. So you want to be able to straighten your elbows and to push yourself away from the chair, to lift yourself a little bit, and then relax again. So again, I'll show you from the side. You just stay sitting the way you are. So your hands either side your chair. You can sit up straight if you like, but in case your arms are too short and you can't bring them onto the chair, then bend a little bit and see if this allows your hands to be on the chair now. And then straighten your elbows and try to push yourself away from the chair so your bum and your legs are actually lifting off. And then relax again. So I hope you can see this here. I'll move a little bit forward so you can actually see it. So straighten your elbows, push the hands into the chair so your whole body starts lifting off the chair. And then relax. So let's try this a couple more times. You want to lift your hips and your legs off the chair so your arms are working a little bit harder, and relax. So if this is so hard that you can't breathe here, or you start getting dizzy or heart palpitations, or it doesn't just simply feel right, then don't lift yourself off the chair. Just lift yourself a little bit, hover. Don't hover the body above the chair a little bit, and then relax again. So one more time. Hover, maybe lift, keep breathing, and then relax. Now we're gonna lift your arms up towards the ceiling. See how high you can lift them. For some people, just lifting your arms is already strong enough on the muscles. If this is rather really easy, then feel free to use something like a water bottle or books or anything that you can use to add a little bit of weight. So maybe start with something light like a 500 milliliter water bottle or a can of beans or something like this. So you decide if you use some weights or not. So, and then see, can you lift the hands up towards the ceiling and relax. Let the hands come either side your head and lift up. How high can you lift? Really push up and relax. Bring it back down. So this is how it looks like when you're using something. Whatever you like to use, don't use something too heavy. If you're not using anything, it still looks the same. You're pushing your hands up towards the ceiling. Allow your shoulders to lift. And then you bring the hands down either side your head again. Let's go for 5 more. Push up as much as you can. So go as high as your body feels good to go. Keep breathing and relax. First one. and then push up again. Imagine you're pushing something away from you. Keep lifting your shoulders and relax. That's your number 2. You can do this faster or slower, totally up to you. If you feel things are too easy for you, feel free to do more repetitions or to add more weight. And if you feel you can't breathe, it's too much, you can't lift, it's too difficult, then do fewer repetitions or take away the weights. So I have totally forgotten if you're on repetition 4 or 5. I'd say one more, and that's our last one. So push up towards the ceiling, keep lifting your shoulders and take your hands down, and now shake out your arms. Nice one. So that bit for the arms. Let's get back into your legs. Again, stay sitting the way you are. You can hold onto your chair, and then we just did that, did we? Yeah, we did. We're gonna get into the hips a little bit more. So take your feet as far out as it feels good for you. You still want to be a bit at the front of your chair, if you can, if you're safe enough there. And then let your knees fall in, and then push them out. Again, let the knees fall in as much as it feels comfortable, and then do push them out. And see how much you can push your knees out. And you probably feel the more you push them out, the more the outer hips and your bum cheeks and your lower back starts to rock. So keep pushing out. Your feet don't have to stay flat on the ground. It's perfectly fine if you're rolling onto the inside of your foot and then to the outside of your foot. So let's repeat this 5 more times. Let the knees fall in and relax. Push the knees out, really getting the outside to work. Push, push, push as much as you can. Relax to the inside. Push to the outside. Push the knees back as much as you can. Make sure you keep breathing. If this feels too easy, you can always take the feet further apart. If it feels too hard, take the feet a little bit closer towards each other. You can also make it harder by pushing more and by pushing longer. And easier, but not pushing so long and not pushing so hard. So you decide. You can totally make this suit your own energy levels and your strength. Last one. Squeeze the knees out and keep them squeezing out for a moment. Make sure you're breathing. And relax them. Now shake out them legs a little bit. So this has been working the outside of the hips, the legs. Let's go to the inside. Walk your feet together. You can either use your hands in between if you want to squeeze them, or you walk your knees as close as you can, maybe they touch. If your knees don't touch, which can have loads of reasons due to anatomy, and you don't want to squeeze your hands, then see if you have something like a box or a book that you can squeeze in between your knees. So anything is fine. Squeezing the knees into each other, having a book or something in between, or using your fist, your own hands. So what you want to do now is squeeze the knees into each other. Keep squeezing and squeezing and squeezing, and then relax. So you can't really see anything, but what I'm literally doing is I'm squeezing my knees into each other, and then I relax them. I just don't relax them so much that the block is dropping. So let's try this again. Squeeze your knees into each other. Really feel the inside of your thighs work, and relax. Take a breath. So if you feel this is causing you a bit of pain or leaking, then try to press on the exhalation. So inhale to prepare, and then squeeze on the exhalation. Inhale to relax, don't squeeze. And exhale to squeeze the knees into each other. 3 more times. Inhale to relax. Exhale to squeeze. 2 more. Inhale, relax. Exhale and squeeze. And the last one. Inhale and relax. And exhale to squeeze. Nice one. Excellent. Well done. So from here, again, you can stay sitting the way you are. You're can hold onto your chair again if you want. Left leg stays on the ground, left foot stays on the ground, and you lift your right leg as high as you can. So stay sitting the way you are. I'll turn around so you can see me from the side again. Lift as high as you can. Now you have two options. You can keep it lifted for as long as you can, set it back down again, rest for a moment and lift it again. Option 1. Or option 2, bring it down and up and down and up. So you're making it a bit more fast and dynamic. So see what works better for you. So those are your two options. So option 1, keep holding for as long as you can. Make sure you're breathing. Relax again. Whenever you're ready, lift it back up. Or option 2, lift and relax. And lift and drop it down. And again, if you ever find that you're holding your breath, or that there's pain, or that there's a bit of leaking going on or anything like this, then see if moving, lifting on the exhalation, working on the exhalation makes things easier. So you could exhale to lift, inhale to relax, exhale to lift, inhale to relax. Let's try the other side. Again, option 1, lift and keep it lifted for as long as you can. Bring it down, take a break, and then lift it again. Or option 2, drop it, inhale, lift it and exhale. Drop it and inhale, lift it and exhale. So see what suits you best. You can also do a mix and match. Hold it for a little bit longer and then move up and down. And then hold it for a little bit longer again. And then move it up and down again. So let's give it 3 more breaths, whatever you're doing here. Can't see you at all, so maybe you just want to take a break at home. That's perfectly fine as well. And relax, nice. Give your legs a bit more shake now. So we're gonna do something that's called a donkey kick. And for this one, it is actually quite helpful if you turn around on your chair, so the same way like I do. So turn around, hold onto your chair, and you want to be sitting a little bit on the edge of your chair again, not too far that you're falling down. And then from here, make sure that your left foot is flat and firmly on the ground. And then you're gonna push your leg back as much as you can, and then try to lift it as well. So imagine, this is why it's called a donkey kick, that you're kicking back behind you. So whatever is behind you, you want to kick it away. So let's repeat this a couple more times. Really kicking back. So the more you are reaching back, the more you are lifting up, the more you probably feel your hip muscles and your leg muscles work. And it could be a bit tricky, but it's really important muscles, especially for your hip and your lower back stability. So let's repeat this 1 or 2 more times. And the last one. And let's change sides. So again, hold onto your chair, keep the front foot flat on the ground, so it's firmly, securely on the ground, and then reach your left leg back as much as you can. And at the same time, hold on, let's get really stable here. Try to lift it up towards the ceiling. Relax. Reach your left leg back, lift it up towards the ceiling, and relax. So it's a bit of a tricky one, and you probably feel your leg may not move back as much, or it may not lift as much. So just do as much as you can do. If you can't breathe, if there's pain, back off a little bit. And the more often you're repeating this and your hip and your lower back muscles are getting stronger, the easier this is going to be. Let's try the last one. And relax. Nice one. Give your legs a bit of a shake. So let's come to the front of the chair again. We've been doing the arms and the legs and a bit of strength for everything. And now we're going to get into your back muscles, your spinal muscles. So feet are firmly on the ground. You can take your hands onto your shoulders and then lean over to the right. Just lean over as much as you feel you're safe and you're secure, you're not falling over. And then to the other side again, just in your own safe range of motion. Let's try this a couple of times. Start figuring out how far can you go. Where do you still feel safe, and the longer you're holding, you probably feel there's a bit of a work happening in your body. Now, if this feels not super safe, or you feel you're almost about to fall over, or it's too much work, it's too hard, you can't breathe, back off. Otherwise, feel free to go a little bit further or stretch out your arms, or do both of it, going further and stretching out your arms. So the further you're going, the harder it obviously is going to be. And the longer you're holding, you can also add to the challenge there. So just a couple more times, just to create a little bit more strength in your spine, in your torso area. And then come back to center. You can do the same as you lean forward and back. You can stay sitting the way you are. I'll just show you from the side again. So at the front of your chair, your feet firmly on the ground again. You keep your body upright. You can do this with the hands on your thighs or on your shoulders. You decide. Try which one you like better. So you're leaning forward, hold for a little bit, and then you're leaning back and hold for a little bit. Same story like earlier. You can, I want you to stay safe. If you feel you're wobbling, you're falling off your chair, then back off. Don't move as far. So start figuring out how far can you move, and then see how long can you stay in this position. So the more you lean back and the longer you lean back for, you probably feel the front muscles working. And if you lean forward, again, the longer you lean forward for, and the more you're leaning forward, you probably feel the back muscles work. So with the hands on your shoulders or the hands on your thighs, you decide. So just creating a little bit more strength in the upper body. So I'll be turning around again, facing you, because that's exactly the way how you are sitting. And if you sit too far back in your chair, you can't obviously lean back enough. Hence, sitting at the front of your chair can help a little bit. The last thing we're going to do here is adding a bit of a twist. So if you have back pain, osteoporosis, osteopenia, and those twists are causing you pain or any symptoms, I want you to either skip that or be really mindful and just take baby movements here. So right hand onto your left shoulder, left hand onto your right shoulder, cross your arms, and then let's turn and twist to the left and look over your left shoulder. So go as far as you can. It can be intense, it can be a bit of a stretch, it can be a bit of hard work, but if it's pain, if it's quite uncomfortable, or if it's pure exhausting, back off please. If your body's happy here, then try to turn further and look more over your left shoulder. And then give yourself a couple of breaths getting used to that. You can always back off, coming out of this a little bit. Or if your body feels happy to go further, then try to turn and twist a little bit more. So let's stay for a couple more breaths here and see, is your body okay to go further, to twist further, to turn more? Or if you can't breathe, if there's pain, then back off a little bit. Let's change sides. Turn to the right, look over your right shoulder. See if you're okay here. If not, back off. If you are, feel free to turn and twist a little bit further. Let's stay here for another 2 breaths. And again, if you're feeling happy to go further, then add a little bit to the turn and to the twist, trying to turn more towards the right, looking more over your right shoulder. And then slowly come back to center. Relax your spine. And then let's finish this. Inhaling through your nose. Exhaling through your mouth. Repeat this a couple more times in your own breathing pace. Deeply inhale. And relax everything on your exhalation. 2 more times. Well done, everybody. Thanks for practicing with me.